amplification. But that's not happening on another side of Canberra at the moment. I'm actually outside Parliament House in Canberra at the moment, where a mass of Chinese demonstrators and pro-Tibet demonstrators have gathered. There's a major standoff going on, no violence or anything like that, but there's a major standoff, and there must be at least 100 police here trying to keep the two sides apart. At the moment, it's fairly good humoured, but it could deteriorate, I suspect.
Now we're seeing live images right now on Australian television of the torch making its run through the capital. It seems peaceful from what we're seeing right now. But Roger, from where you are, would you say that the Chinese supporters outnumber the Tibetan supporters?
Oh, most certainly. There would be at least 10,000 Chinese nationals here today. Most of them are students, bussed in from Brisbane and Sydney and Melbourne. And that would compare with about 1,000 Tibet supporters, I suppose. The buses have been streaming into Canberra all night. One coach operator told me he booked 85 busloads of Chinese students from Melbourne alone. And there's a similar picture around the country. So a huge number of Chinese nationals have been bussed in to support the flag, or to support the flame, rather. And at the moment, they're certainly making their feelings heard. There have been one or two potentially nasty incidents, but fortunately no violence as such.
Well, no violence so far. Roger, what measures have Australian security forces taken to prevent the Chinese supporters from clashing with the pro-Tibet demonstrators?
Well, I have to say that the Australian police are very stretched at the moment. There are about several hundred of them on duty, but they're not only guarding the main demonstrations near Parliament House, they're also trying to guard the 16-kilometre course of the relay, which will go right around Canberra. They've erected steel barricades to keep the spectators away, but these only go up to waist high, so it's quite easy to leap over these barricades if people want to. But they're obviously concerned that the potential for some kind of confrontation is quite serious. In fact, they've acknowledged that possibility. But they're hoping to keep a lid on it. There was an appeal made during the lighting ceremony, or just before the lighting ceremony earlier on, to keep quiet. They said, Canberra's a peaceful city, a city of peace, let's try and keep it that way. Well, it's not very peaceful at the moment, I have to say. It's very, very noisy. But so far, it hasn't deteriorated into any kind of violence.
Roger Maynard in Canberra, thank you very much for speaking to us. You've been watching live images there from the Australian capital, where the Olympic torch relay is making its way through Canberra. We just saw a banner there of a pro-China banner in the Australian skies. Of course, we'll be updating you on the situation in Canberra as events unfold there. Now, in other world news,